All right. Let's get into it. Hopefully, hopefully we're able to go a little bit further today. Dude, I lost my voice, and then when my voice, like, as I was getting it back, started getting sick. Freaking cold, dude. No, don't get me wrong. It's not that. It's just lingering. It's just lingering. It's really annoying. So, yeah, got to deal with that. That's fun. Are you having fun yet? The last paragraph needs updating. Falcon rockets do not use any radical new technologies, but SpaceX is the first private company to deliver cargo to the space station, and someday maybe astronauts as well. Yeah. That last paragraph indeed does need updating. Alright, let's go. Satisfactory. That's what we're doing today, right? Let's get going. Your boy should be able to talk yesterday. Sorry to hear that, brother. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah. I feel like Zerg, it's not an... Okay. The reason why I know that this is a cold, alright, and not anything else, is because it's annoying. It's lingering enough just to be annoying. I'm good. I'm like 95% good to go with streaming. It's just that little 5%, like just the coughing and then a little bit of post-nasal drip and stuff. It's just enough to be annoying. That's it. That's how I know. It's like, it's just a cold. It's not anything. It's not any big deal. It's just annoying. You know? That's where I'm at. So, I'm gonna tough it out today, and we'll get going. Just finishing up the Far Cry stream from yesterday. Yeah, we ended up playing Far Cry for like 8 hours yesterday, Peaceful. And I barely cracked into anything in the game. That game is awesome. I really do like it. I mean, the content is a little bit repetitive, but it goes, man. How does it compare to FC5? FC5 is trash. Just because of that deflated football comment. Screw that game. This is very satisfying, right? Oh, hang on. I gotta shut Synergy off. So, I'm gonna try to tough it out today, guys, and we'll go from there. Yeah, it's just lingering, man. No, we did find some references to FC5 in Far Cry 6 yesterday, which was actually pretty cool. Hey Jim, I was trying to catch up on the past 3 days of VODs, but my sub expired, so I had commercials every 5 minutes. I got up to the point you were considering the dropping the SSDO. Jim, yesterday I was, not doing too well. I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to drop it, but it also does make sense. I'm like 50-50 on it, man. I kind of want to try pulling the trigger on Constellation architecture, but at the end of the day, I know I'm just gonna get stuck in development again. What I might consider doing is just basically taking the Freedom rockets and going from there. Just basically restarting Freedom 10 production and maybe use an elongated Freedom rocket and go from there for the time being. Hey, he'll earn 50-month resub. Thank you. Tiggs, I said it was supposed to mirror real life, you know? That's what we said. Alright, so let's get to work today. What are we trying to do here? Where'd we leave off? Let me figure that out. I think I unlocked trains. I know I unlocked trains. I think we needed to start... We need to move the factory up to the next level here, because I'm pretty sure what tier 7 and 8 are locked. Tier 7 and 8 are locked, and we need to unlock them in the space elevator. So we need to send parts up the space elevator. I need to make adaptive control units, modular engines, and versatile frameworks. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're making screws over here. We also need to come up with some kind of lighting for this factory, but I think I was making frames over here. Okay. I gotta see what we need for some of these parts. We need ACUs and modular engines. What the hell are those? Automated wire. Oh boy. Hey Savvy, what's going on, man? And then these guys need versatile frameworks. Okay. Okay, let's set the building on fire. Alright. No, I gotta set the milestone up here. Alright, let me just see what it is. 2,500 versatile frameworks, 500 and 100 ACUs. Okay. Yowza. Alright. This is our main resource feed line here. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to just get sick and not be able to talk. Ha ha ha. Hey Shaw, what's going on? Okay. This is the Arboretum. See how arbory it is in here? How's the sickness? Oh, it's just enough to be annoying, Shaw. Can you you go back to muted asking for Primo? You know what? Just insert witty response with a little bit of personal insult at you right here, because I'm just right now. Just Snickers, just pretend I didn't. I took it personally and personally insulted you back for saying that, and just be like, ah ha ha. Like, can we just go through the motions, man, without going through the motions? You know? Hey, Wolf, what's going on?
Discovery, go at throttle.
Done. All right, man. Cool. Thank you. TJ, 16-month resub. Thank you. All right. Let's see what's at the top of this. Is there a place to build? No, not really. Boom. I've not seen this game before. What's the main premise? 3D factory building. So Taco, the game is still in early access after all this. What basically, if you've ever played Factorio, it's kind of like a 3D version of that, but Satisfactory is a little bit different. The whole purpose. So in Factorio, you're on a foreign planet and you're trying to get off the planet. In this game, I'm down here to collect resources for a corporation that I work for called Fix It, and I had to find the resources and build that space elevator, and then we need to send resources up the space elevator. So you got to build a factory to build the resources that you need to send resources up the space elevator for a purpose. I don't know what that purpose is, to be honest with you. I don't think anybody does. Yeah, the new crane engine. Yeah, it's looking sharp in black and white, isn't it, Crafter? I saw it. I have the thing open, and the new KSV and a new KSP video was posted as well. You know what? This area right here might be good for a factory, but then again, over there might be good for a factory too. That's nice. That area is nice and flat. I wonder if I'm able to get resources over there correctly. Look who found his voice. Sí, yo tengo Ivan, pero estoy enfermo. Yo no sé. Body up or make a big... Oh. No. No tengo corona. No. Pero sí. Yo tengo corona cerveza. ¿Eh? Me gusta Corona cerveza. La cerveza más fina. Tienes Corona de la buena. Y yo necesito modelo especial. Yeah, been playing a lot of Far Cry lately, and it's coming back to me, Ivan, which is funny as hell. Like, I'm remembering stuff, like how to swear. Far Cry 6 will teach you how to swear in Spanish pretty quickly. Nice. I like this area. This area is nice and flat. Basically, what I said in Spanish, guys, is that I have my voice back, but I'm a little bit sick. I don't have Corona, but I have Corona beer, and I need Modelo Especial. Cough drops, tea, and or chicken soup. Dude, I've been hitting it hard with vitamin C. I drank an entire jug of orange juice yesterday. I'm trying to get rid of this as quick as possible. And the reason why I know it's just a cold, and I'm not like, I mean, one is because I'm not like dead on the floor, right? It's just enough to be annoying. That's how I've just got a freaking cold, man. I know that's kind of weird in this day and age, you know, where it's just, oh, you're sick, you have corona, go away. Like, but dude, yeah, I'm telling you, just I think when my voice was gone, you know, a random cold was like, hey, I see that you're a little bit under the weather. Allow me to help. I'm like, no. That's what you get for going outside. You know what? I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. Okay, there we go. Is all the new stuff just cosmetic? No, Crafter, no. Look, dude. So we got trains, and they redid trains a little bit. We have signals and stuff. Automated signaling control, which is really cool. So. Rule number 1, avoid other people. Yeah, I know. This is the price I pay for going and being social, fellas. Synthesis, I don't really have a sore throat anymore. Dude, I just have a cold. And like I said, it's just enough to be annoying. This even could be seasonal allergies, dude. But it's strange that I lost my voice and I felt fine. I was totally good to go. I just sounded like a, sounded like a dying giraffe. But, is that a vat of acid? Where's the vat? Anyway. Alright, so I need to go and see do we have a ticket? Yes. Socializing with normies, I know. I should know better than that. Sorry, I relapsed. I relapsed, guys. I panicked. I'm sorry. What I wanted today was the concrete foundations, man. Concrete pillar set, metal pillar set, curved roofs, which is pretty cool. Customizer.
Discovery.
We're not mad, we're just disappointed. Whoa! Crafty! Dude, 25 subs. Thanks, man. Did you see Dune? La película? Sí. Yo miro. I don't know how to say that in past tense. Yo vi Dune. Yeah. Yeah. V. Hi, I'm V. Look at how crappy this game is. I'm V. Alright. Yeah, I saw it, Ivan. I liked it. I thought it was cool. It's out there. And like I said, read Dune a long time ago. And I read it. I tried to read it when I was like 13. Guys, I didn't know what was going on, and I stopped. But yeah, from what I remember, it seems right. But then again, I was 13 and tried to read Dune, and that didn't really work. ¿Te gusta? Sí, sí, me gusta. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. Cool sci-fi. Alright, we need to start working on those components. And I was going to get concrete, but we don't have enough tickets for it, so... Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. It definitely doesn't hold your hand, that's for sure. Okay, so we need additional resource feed lines coming in here. My main resource feed line is over here. And I don't know if I have Caterium, copper, and iron coming in this area. I'm not 100% sure. Do we have space to put lines in on top of this? Yeah, okay. So how are we going to feed those lines in here? You know what? No, not yet, Crafty. Alright, so we're gonna need a main resource line coming in here on this side as well. I'm basically gonna duplicate what I made over there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. Okay. So, one of these, how I have this set up, one of these things is enough to put in one feed line. Or, one of these gates here is enough to put 3 in. So, what else are we gonna need? Let me set up a crafting bench right here so I can see. But some of the stuff we can't make in the crafting bench, so... So, Drummer, okay, so for the Factorio players, you guys will appreciate this. I took a concept from Factorio, and I'm doing it in Satisfactory. So what's the difference? What's one of the main differences between Satisfactory and Factorio? We have 3 dimensions. This is a vertical main bus. That's what I've been trying to make. That's what that is. It's a vertical main bus. Taking a main bus factory and turning it upright is difficult. Yeah, that's really tough. It's a really hard thing to do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to make. That's what these main resource feed lines are. All the resources that you need, basically, not basically at the start, but yeah, here's the main bus line right here. It has conveyors and lifts that go up when a resource is requested on a different floor. And then on each floor, fellas, I have scalable resource construction. So, like, if we go over here and take a look, right, we'll start right here. This is a material buffer, but see, I have hallways of these machines, of assemblers, right? And they're cranking out different resources, and you know, the maximum that you can put is like 36, or 32. I think we have 16 on either side. 16 constructors here, 16 constructors there. And you can scale it. You can scale it to whatever you need, which is super useful. And then over here I have plate. This is, so ingots go in, plates come out, metal plates. We have metal plates. Over here we have bars and screws being made from more metal plates. How tall is the building limit? Almost unlimited in this game. Yeah, so yeah, for the Factorio players, this is a vertical main bus, guys. That's what I'm trying to make. Yeah, this project has been off and on because it's very freaking difficult. So with these new parts, right? With the new parts that the space elevator is looking for, I mean, we also need resources to come down, which is gonna be fun. We also need to set up computer production as well, which is gonna suck. It's looking for adaptive control units, which need automated wiring. I know this is behind my head. Circuit boards, heavy mod frames, and computers. And then circuit boards are needed to make computers in general. Chip shortage! Oh god, too real, bro, too real. Then we also need mod engines. It's funny because mod engines in car culture is slang for a Ford motor, or a certain type of Ford motor. They need motors, rubber, and smart plating. Smart plating needs rotors and reinforced plates. And then we need rubber. Oh boy, okay. All that's not going to be an issue, except for the rubber. I have enough resources here to make heavy mod frames. That's no problem. Quick round of indoor lighting, perhaps worth a little factory quality of life stuff. Oh, yeah, maybe. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to cough into the microphone. My bad. Yes, I do have petroleum production, but it is a little ways away, so... Where's my Jeep? God dang it, where'd I put it? I lost my keys. It should be up on the radar. Yeah, it's over here. Crafty, maybe I'll work on some indoor lighting, who knows? I get the impulse to get away from you when you cough. Ivan, I've noticed that, dude. Even in the States, don't cough in public. Oh, you will be judged. Don't cough in public. I noticed that. Did it not save last time I did this? No, guess not. Coughing is ruined for life. Coffee. Rona sucks for general asthmatics like you. Yeah, man, that sucks. You know, I don't really blame people for being like, when somebody coughs near them, because there's that whole thing that, you know, it could kill you, you know. But, I mean, look, everybody's different, you know? Like, Soup, if you're asthmatic, I would be staying away from a lot of people right now. You know, what, something that screws with your respiratory system? How could that be bad for an asthmatic person, am I right? Like... Oh, you're saying this thing can clog your lungs up with stuff? Oh, that's not bad, right? Do you need those? Why don't we just not have lungs? We could save $30 billion if we didn't have lungs. But breathing? No, breathing can be done cheaper if you just outsource it to a respirator, right? Smoke this. Guys, I got an idea. Let's just smoke these cigarettes and let's just fill up our lungs with tar. Alright, cool. Sounds like a plan, man. Ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? No. The best part is no part, right? Any thoughts about redoing the roads now that there are more tools for roads? Yeah, I'm trying to fence tickets up for concrete so we can distinguish what's like factory floor and what's outside floor. I hope masks are the new norm if you're not feeling well, like in Asian countries. It makes so much sense. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, dude, if you're feeling under the weather. Like, how many times in the past have you been sick but, like, good enough to still go to work, and they're like, no, don't get sick. There's a way to solve that problem. Just saying. Well, smog does have something to do with it. But yeah, guys, I have basic oil production up over here. We do have oil wells, and that road was not, that was a canyon that was impassable before. We built that road in there. I remember that. That was fun. Here's my pipeline. When I make stuff in Satisfactory, roads, pipelines, railroad tracks, soon, I try to make the pipeline look like a real pipeline, and then I try to make pumping stations look like real pumping stations. I had folks that work in the petroleum industry actually help me out with this. Oh, I'm fencing concrete for tickets. Sorry, Crafty, I misspoke. But see, yeah, I try to put the pipeline on an isolator, because in real life, I mean, a pipeline has to be rigid. It has to be rigid, right? Because I mean, there are bendy pipes, right? But most of the time, you know, to keep up what's called head or pressure, it has to be pretty rigid. So because the pipeline has to stay pretty rigid, think like a car's exhaust. A car's exhaust system, or, well, if it's a Tesla, coolant system, I guess. It has to be up on a stand, and that stand is up on an isolator, and that isolator has an expansion joint to account for the pipe to do this. Or it takes into account thermal expansion, because the pipe will definitely get a little bit hotter when there's pressure. But so yeah, I tried to make the pipeline look real. I tried to make it look like, actually the principal inspiration was the Alaskan pipeline. See, the pipe's up on isolators. You see that? It's on a structure that allows the pipe to bend and flex without trouble. See, like, look, even some spots it's on rails. And then they put bends in to take into account for thermal expansion, which is really cool. And then there's a rupture down there. Se ve impresionante. Okay. What is that? Impresionante. Very realistic? I forget, dude. Have you seen the new Ford Raptor exhaust? It looks impressive. Yeah, okay. Alright, cool. Gracias. Impressive. Most impressive. So wait, Ivan, if you're watching like Star Wars in like a Spanish dub, does Darth Vader go, se ve impresionante? Most impresionante. That's awesome, dude. I always like the guy who does the Spanish dubs for any character with a deep voice, because it always is the same guy that sounds exactly like this. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. I prefer watching stuff in English, though. You know what's messed up, Ivan? I like watching stuff. I'd rather watch, like, okay, Squid Game, for instance. The dub is a little strange. I'd rather listen to Korean and watch with subtitles. The dub was a little strange. Anyway, all right, we gotta go over here. I wanted to set up the train station here, and we gotta make the train tracks because we're gonna need rubber. Now, don't get me wrong, I got plenty of rubber out here. It's a leftover, it's a byproduct from making this. And did we fill that thing up? Oh, of course we did. Okay. Oh, that's great, Crafter. Yeah, I don't want that. Alright, let's start making our train line. Oh, okay. We need steel for the train line, for the railway. Pipes and beams. Okay, but yeah, I have oil production up down here. This thing is going to need to deliver rubber and plastic. That's the thing we need the most. Yeah, Cold, I'm with you on that one. And I know there's a lot of anime enjoyers that are with me on that one too. The only reason I know that is because I watched Cowboy Bebop with the English dub, and then a long time ago I watched it with Japanese. It's just weird. It takes you completely out of it. You remember like those old kung fu movies where they're like, "You will die now." Like Kung Pao made fun of that whole thing. It ruined it for me after that. Like ruined it. Squidward, you're ruining me. But for example, I don't watch any Spanish streamers or YouTubers. It feels very weird. Strange. Yeah, but whatever happens, happens. Alright. Let's start planning out this train line. Spike, I got something cooking for you. Bell peppers and beef. Jet, you said there's bell peppers and beef. All I see is bell peppers. So it isn't bell peppers and beef. It is when you broke. Hey, but because of that I learned English, so win-win. Like how Mark Zuckerberg talks in South Park, yes. Guys, don't you know? Mark Zuckerberg has evolved. He is now Metaberg. How many gears do you need? Yes. Burgerberg. Mark Burgerberg. That's so meta. I like that, Jimmy. That's good. Yeah, Dave, I'm alright. I'm still kind of sick. Like, I got something. Like, I maybe pushed it too hard when I lost my voice, and now I'm like, you know, but it's alright, dude. Okay, so steel. Let's make some train tracks. First thing we need to do, I think, that's probably a good idea. Get the oil resources here and feed them into the factory. That's right, Talon, it did. Put the conch in there. Actually, we need the concrete and we need the plates too, so let's put everything that we don't need for structure in here. Keep the wiring. Put the motors in there. We don't need color cartridges anymore. I'll keep the fuel just in case. I need all my tools, obviously. We don't need quartz and we don't need silica right now. Definitely don't need plastic. We don't need the brain slugs right now. Copper, no. Encased beams and heavy frames we don't need. Those can go over there. Raw quartz, caterium can go there. This should be everything that I need to make train tracks and the structures for the tracks as well. Pushed it when I was singing and it took a minute to get back to 100%. I mean, screaming at the Red Sox, singing, pretty much the same thing. This is not an insult to your singing. It's, yeah, just more of a comment on stressing out your voice. Okay, Wicked, off topic, but I'm learning manual and keep rolling back when starting on hills. Any advice? Let out the clutch. Let out the clutch and step on the gas. So, Wicked, you got to work on clutch control. When I say let out the clutch, like, okay, here, let me turn on pedal cam for a second, alright? So, when you hill start, alright, I can't use my feet because I don't have any socks on. When you hill start, give it a little bit of gas, rev the engine up, right? Clutch should be in. Let out the clutch until you feel the car start to go forward. It'll start to bite, all right? Let it out slowly and then get on the gas. Don't push it to the floor though. It's kind of, you have to do stuff like this. It takes a second to get used to. Here, you know what? Let me just put socks on and I can show you better with feet. Jack, the voice is okay. I'm still a bit raspy, but it's nothing some NyQuil and some good vitamin C and some cough drops can't fix. E-brake to hold the car in place? Yeah, no, I don't do that. So, all right, wicked, here. So, you have the clutch in, you're in gear, right? And your foot's on the brake. Right? So you can do two things. Okay? You can do this. See what I'm doing? That's what you got to do. Now, don't get me wrong. That takes practice. It takes time and it takes practice. Doing it, hill starts is the toughest part. It's a big pain in the butt. And you got to pray, like, so for me, in Boston, I got to pray that the person behind me didn't decide to, tailgate me. Because, that happens. Because I'll start rolling back and they'll start beeping your horn. They'll start beeping their horn. Hey, you're rolling backwards. You're rolling backwards. I'm like, yeah, because I got a manual. Idiot. Back up. I've never used the e-brake, though, fellas. I've never done that. I don't like using the e-brake. I use the clutch. But the other thing, Wicked, what kind of car is it? Because certain cars, with certain things, it's easier. Alright, so, okay. Let's take Tough Enough, for instance, alright? Let's take the big truck, the F-250, right? That thing is the easiest manual transmission to drive I've ever encountered. The reason is because first gear is what's called a granny gear. It's a crawler. It's got an insanely high gear reduction, so it makes insane torque. If you put that truck into first, right? All you got to do is this. You clutch in, you're into first, right? Literally, just that. And the truck will just go forward. All you got to do is just take the clutch out. That's it. Yeah, agreed, Savvy. Yep. Yeah, people get right up on you. That's one thing I can't stand. I can't stand people that tailgate, dude. It's like, it's a pet peeve, and yes, it pisses me off. But it's alright. Yeah, so in the truck, it's super freaking easy. Super easy to hill start that thing. Yeah, it's super simple. Heck, the way the transmission is geared, you can hill start in second gear. Truck doesn't care. It'll just keep going. So with diesel, you can start without touching the accelerator because torque. I can do that in the Mustang and in the truck Space Orb, but yeah. But that's because both of them are V8s. They make torque. Exactly. The more torque you have, and that's why I ask what kind of car, because manual transmission cars with V8s, or cars with V8s that have manual transmissions are easier. It's easier to drive them. Because you can use the torque to work on the clutch control. You can... This right here, Wicked, what I'm doing right here is the key. And don't get me wrong, every car is different. Like the truck versus the Mustang versus, if you had like a little 5-speed Corolla. Those things are cool. I don't mind those. So, basically what you gotta do, like, use the... Like, turn your foot like this, right? And clutch and brake. Or... you know, do something like this, and then you can heel toe it, right? Like this. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is a little bit harder way, a little bit of a harder way to do it. The right way to do it, right, if you want to do a hill start and you're learning, is let out the clutch like this, right? Let out the clutch until you start to feel the car lurch forward. There's a point where the engine will overpower the brakes, right? And you'll feel it. You'll feel the car want to go forward. You'll basically load up the clutch, right? And when you feel the car starting to lurch forward, let off the brake and then slowly get on the gas like that, and then slowly let the clutch out. Back the clutch pedal out like this until the clutch disc starts to bite the flywheel. You'll know it. You'll know when that happens because the car will want to lurch forward. You'll load it up, right? And then do this. Don't push the pedal to the floor though. Don't do that. Just back it out like this, and then when you feel it start to go forward, then do that. That's it. But this, using your left foot, takes some time to learn. But don't worry, it's not a problem. Like, you can do it. It takes a second, though. Now, it's an older, small Toyota. Dad convinced me to get one for practicing. That's cool, man. Right on. Yeah, exactly, Madge. Yeah, this way is probably the easiest. Now, Wicked, don't do this right off the bat. This is hard to do in a real car. It's easy to do with these pedals. You can heel toe it if you want to. You can turn your foot, pivot the ball of your foot. So, while your foot's right here, what your big toe is attached to, pivot the ball of your foot on the brake pedal, and then kind of turn your ankle like if you twisted your ankle. Like this, and you can load up all 3 pedals all at once. So back one out, let off the brake and slowly push on the gas like that. Now, if you have big feet like mine, it's easier to do. But you can control 3 pedals with 2 feet if you know what you're doing. That's what heel and toe is all about in racing. I'm sure if you've ever seen me race, like do Friday night racing, like I'm doing this to downshift the car. Basically when we're decelerating to a corner, I need to shift down, and I also need to brake. So I'm using one part of my foot to hit the brake, and then I'm using another part of my foot to change the revs on the engine for downshifting. That's called heel and toe. You don't need to do that on the road. Don't do that on the road. But it is a cool thing to understand. But yeah, dude. Wicked, this stuff just takes time and practice. There's no trick. The biggest thing to understand is left foot control. You need to understand left foot in, left foot out, right foot in like this. Once you get this down like that, then you're fine. It's easy from there. Shut off pedal cam. That's easy, dude. That's easy stuff to figure out. But the real only way you get good at driving manual is just doing it. Don't worry about burning the clutch out. And I know everybody worries about this, and this is how I know that people have, you know, when I try to get people to learn how to drive manual, they say 2 things, and those 2 things are a dead giveaway. Those 2 things are a dead giveaway to know that they really don't give 2 craps. First, they say like, you know, oh, I don't want to, you know, like, oh, it seems a little too complicated. And then they say, actually, it's more one thing. Oh, I don't want to mess up your car. Well, you're not going to mess up the car. That's not really how that works. Yeah, Havocs, I'm all right. I'm feeling okay today. Clutch is made to slip. That's right. They're like, oh, I'm going to shift it into the wrong gear. No, you're really not. when you're sitting in a car, Wicked, and you're going through the gears, it seems really counterintuitive. You're like, dude, how do I know where the next gear is? When you're driving, I'm telling you, it'll just click. It'll click in your head, and you won't even know you're shifting gears. Like, first, you got to feel shifting into second gear. You'll feel it go all the way down into second. Then you'll feel it go all the way in. You push it up, and it'll go into third. You'll feel it. You can hear you feel the thing shifting into the gates. So, like, I know people always say, like, oh, I don't want to mess up your car. Like, you're not going to mess anything up. Oh, no, but I'll burn the clutch out. No, you won't. You're not going to burn the clutch out. Like, unless you sit there on the clutch with, like, halfway engaged on the clutch with the gas pedal to the floor. And then do that for 5 minutes. And then you'll burn the clutch out. I mean, it's possible to grind gears, though. The synchros will prevent you from shifting into a different gear, though, Havocs. It's not like we're driving... It's not like you need to double clutch with a modern transmission. The synchros will prevent you from shifting. Guys, the Mustang was the car I learned how to drive manual on. I stalled it so many times when I first... Dude, I bought it. I straight up bought a car, and it was my only car at the time. And it had a manual in it. I went from only driving automatic to only driving manual. There was no transition there. I'm trading my automatic Honda Accord for a Ford Mustang with a manual transmission. Have at it. I'm good, Tybot. Yeah, you can feel the gears engaged, but the synchros will stop you. They'll stop you from shifting into the wrong gear. All right. Let's figure out how we want to set these tracks up. Rotate. Rotate is scroll up and scroll down. Am I not doing that? Oh, okay. Oh, I see what's going on in here. Yeah, manual driving is easy. It just needs some practice. Is it legal to drive manual without passing license tests with one? You have license tests for manual Driados? You have license tests to teach you how to drive manual? Really? Other countries do. Ugh. No. Over here, manual is the standard. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forget that other countries actually, you know. Yeah, over in Europe, the majority of the cars are manual. Sorry, I forgot about that. It's fine, Platinum. It's not as bad as you think. That's how I know that, like, that's what I mean when I say I know that people don't really care. They don't really understand what a manual transmission does when they say, oh, I don't want to mess up your car. You're not going to mess it up. Like, that's not going to happen. Yeah. Wait till I blow the European guys' minds. You know, it's more... Yeah, that's right. It is more expensive to buy a manual in the States. Pathetic, I know. Alright, let's start the train tracks right here, and then we'll go out here like this. You can destroy an engine by misshifting. I'm telling you, the synchros on most modern manual transmissions will prevent you from doing that. You'll break the synchros, no doubt, but you won't break the transmission. But then again, I guess the synchros are kind of a part of a transmission, so... Yeah, I guess you're right. But those, I mean, manuals are designed to be... They're a lot simpler, so they're a lot... Like, because they're a lot simpler, you can, like, get away with stuff like that. Our default test is automatic, Ethan. I'm telling you guys, it's a joke. Cars are so easy to obtain in the US. they're... You guys would be annoyed with how easy it is. I'm telling you. I think a raised train track would be better. The only thing I hated driving manual was stopping at a stoplight on a hill with a person on your tail. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things, man. Modern is after roughly what year? Most manual transmission have like since the 60s. Most manuals nowadays have synchros. Guys, there's a synchronizer. What does a synchronizer do? I'll show you. So we're looking at a transmission from the side. You have your gear right here, okay? And then what the transmission does, the gear is on an axle, right? And then there's another axle down here, right? And then you have your drive coming in from an engine, right? Over here, this is the engine's drive. So this is coming from the engine. And then over here, you have your output shaft, right? And this goes to the wheels, right? Basically, there's a bunch of forks right here. When you shift gears, all right, these forks are on a lever, right? And that lever is attached to the shifter. The shifter knob is up here. When you push that shifter knob forward, right? Hang on. That one isn't correct. The shifter pivots right here. When you push the shifter knob forward, right, it pushes this back and it moves these gears back and forth on an axle. It'll move it into position to engage a different gear. There's a gear on the counter shaft right here, and then from the engine, you have another gear right here that's connected to the counter shaft, and then you have another gear here that's connected on the counter shaft to the output shaft, okay? Right? And when you shift, it moves the fork and it moves the gear, right? They invented this thing in the 40s called a synchronizer, okay? So, long story short, if this gear right here is not spinning at the same RPM as this gear, which is connected on the output shaft to the tires, right? Actually, excuse me, I screwed this up. This is not connected to that. It's connected, this one is connected to that. That's an idler gear right there. But it depends on the transmission. So basically what they did was when you shift this gear into position, on the axle right here, there's a cup. It's a cone that looks like, like this. Right? And when the gear moves onto the cup, the gear will start spinning on the main shaft. It'll start spinning and it'll match the RPMs. Okay? This is a really crappy drawing, but it's basically a cup. The synchro, so when you go to switch gears, right, if you shift into the wrong gear, if you money shift it, the synchro will start trying to spin that gear really, really fast because you shifted to the wrong gear, right? Or you shifted too high and you'll stall the car. If you downshift too quickly, the synchro, say the synchronizer RPM is like 5,000, all right? And you shift gears and you're at like 3,000, right? It's going to try to spin this gear up, that one right there, when you shift it into position. It's going to try to spin that gear up 2,000 RPMs really fast, and you'll feel it. You will feel the synchro trying to spin the gear up too quickly, and your car will do this. You'll feel that, like when you switch into the gears, you'll feel it. Like when you let the clutch out, so you downshift and you let the clutch out and the engine will go. You got to let out. You'll feel the synchro when you let the clutch out. You'll feel it start to mess up. That's why you won't mess up. Like you're not going to money shift unless you really force that gear in there. The synchro will prevent you from doing it. Yeah, there's better drawings. The transmissions are tough, dude. They're tough to understand. But there's the synchronizer in a transmission here. This is a better. Let's just use the animation from Merkers. Here. See the forks right there? Those are the shifting forks right there. And there's synchronizer gears right here. The synchros will prevent you from money shifting. I'm telling you, you won't be able to do it. The only reason I know is because I've tried to shift the Mustang into the wrong gear before. I've tried to money shift it. Not tried to. I did it by accident. And when I let the clutch out, I felt the thing going, don't do that. And I'm like, okay, I shifted it out. See, the thing has a little bit of a cup on it. Yeah, the worst thing you're going to do with trying to learn manual is just let out the clutch too early and stall the car in the middle of traffic. In which case, clutch in, start it up, shift into first, let it out, hit the gas, and you're done. Yep, there's your synchronizers. It'll synchronize the RPMs of the main shaft and the counter shaft. See? So when this thing is moving, when that thing moves, that's you shifting gears. And this is a much more modern transmission. It's a little simpler than this. So this is pre-sync. All right, so this is when you shift gears, and now you're going to let the clutch out. Wait for it. So when you shifted the gears, that's when the things came together, and then when you let the clutch out, it'll synchronize. Watch. See? That's letting the clutch out. That's a way more advanced synchro than what I was talking about. But see? There it goes. There's your synchronizer. That will prevent you from money shifting if you're just driving on the road. Now, if you're driving like on a racetrack and you money shift, there's nothing you can do about that. You're screwed. You should pay more attention. But on the road, you're not going. You're not like bang shifting through the gears, right? So you're never gonna. That problem's never gonna happen. I'm telling you. Dude, transmissions are freaking black magic. I'm telling you, they're. Dude, I won't screw with a transmission because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sure I could learn it, but transmissions are. The guys, let me put it to you like this: the guys that came up with the turbo encabulator video, transmission engineers. I'm gonna zoop. What's up, serious? Bonato. Swish, what's going on? I don't like it in this lane. Transmissions are cool, though. I'd love to take one apart and try and figure out how it works, but I don't have a manual transmission to take apart. All the manual transmissions that I own work, so I'm not going to take them apart. I have a bad habit of taking apart things that work and then just leaving them. I probably wouldn't do that much anymore, but I had a bad experience once. Thoughts on automatic transmission cars that have sports shift pedals? Ew. All that's doing is having a computer interpolate your commands. It's still an automatic transmission. It's mimicking a mechanical valve body, which is, yeah, it's a cheap trick of a manual. That style synchronizers are in the ZF and the F250, believe it or not. Cool. I dig it, mate. Maybe Merkers, can Mick do transmissions?
Discovery.
I don't know.
Throttle up.
I mean, I'm sure obviously I'm sure the guy could. The guy's a genius behind, with a wrench. I'm sure he could, and just I'm wondering if he does. Some guys don't touch transmissions, Hey, Epic 46-month resub. Thank you. Okay, that's enough snooping. Manuals all day. Just started doing autos in a newer Land Rover he bought cheap. Yep, okay. Part of the factory is this. I'm working on making a train line epic out to my oil. So this is the road that I have that goes to quartz. It goes to the quartz deposits out there. And then the road tees off. And it goes through that canyon right there. I'm going to build the train line because for the next phase of what I need to unlock Tier 7 and Tier 8, I need, you can see the road over there. We're going to make the train line go straight through. For the next tier unlock, I need a, I need petroleum products. Build the train line on elevated platforms like a monorail. That's the idea. We gotta find a point where we can start building the main line. So I'm gonna walk out into the desert here and... Thoughts on DCTs? Dual clutch, no fluid coupling. Yeah, those are cool. Gotta get this damn thing out of the way. We will DMCAU. We will DMCAU. What? Relax. Why do you use my song in your video? It's 10 minutes long and you used 5 seconds of it, so it's all mine. I'm gonna sue you to the end of time. We will sue you. Game day, baby. Speaking of baby, get to see baby Bloodfan for the first time on the sonogram in a week. That's awesome, man. Do you know if it's a boy or a girl? Because I don't think I can cope with Bloodflame Jr. I don't know if I can deal with that. It's just like when I tell people there's going to be a bunch of, you know, sometime hopefully in the future there might be a bunch of small EJs or Brimos going around. Chat's like, I don't want that. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, why? 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 What do you mean, why? Yeah, I don't think you realize the consequences of your actions. What do you mean? It means that we're no longer friends. What? Why? What do you mean, why? You're wrecking my life. I don't think you realize the implication of your actions. What's implication mean? Literally 2 weeks ago. Hey, congratulations, Ansel. That's cool. Awesome. I might just make the train track follow the road, dudes. Bruh. We'll do this reverse Route 66 style. Route 66 followed the road. Or Route 66 followed the rail lines initially. Big fire near Boca area, trying to figure out how far away it is. A fire? Oh no. This is fine. can do zoop mode with the railings. That's amazing. Zoop! Okay. Well, the rail line will probably end up being on... I strongly suggest you to poop. Poop. If the rail line's going to be on this side... Yeah, okay. Did you guys hear that Elon's going to start a university in Texas? He's going to call it the Texas Institute for Technology and Science. TITS. You think I'm kidding? He posted that on Twitter. He's probably kidding, to be fair, but he did post that on Twitter, which is funny. Yeah, don't we all, Fractal? Don't we all? It's almost good. It's almost as good as the South Harmon Institute of Technology. Merch is gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'd like to take Organic Chem 420, please. I think you missed it, but... Oh, yeah, I did. We don't know. It's too early to tell. The only thing I know is that... Yeah, you got a bonus there, bro. Can't say that right now, man. Damn. Alright. So, let's have the tracks go this way. That's fine. No zoop. Feeling better today? Not really. Not really. But, you know. It's fine. No, I definitely caught something, but it's like a double tag team of failure. Because I lost my voice, and then I caught something in my weakened state. So, yeah, I'm having a good time. I don't know. Yeah, it's not anything. Yeah, it's probably just a head cold or something. I wouldn't be too like. Bobby, if you weren't my son, I'd give you a hug. There we go. Oh, small pillar supports now? Oh, that's cool. Blood. We have the big one. Big metal pillar. That's cool. Alright, so let's go in here. Mr. Oh, that's not just my mom that says that. What? Wait, what? Are you drunk? I'm gonna make the train track slightly lower, I think. I don't know why this one isn't a heavy support, but yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, just like most things that I do, you don't need to do this. I just think it looks cool. You know, I think for the road, we don't need the big pillars. Maybe we'll use the small pillars for the road. Small pillars look good. Oh, yes, they do. Nah. They don't match the heavy industry kind of aesthetic that we got going here. But I do like all these aesthetic parts that came out in Update 5. They look freaking wild. The fire at Boca's a control burn, no need to panic. Cool. Well, that's good to know. How it's made, Remington rifles. Interesting make. Rifles. Yeah. Yeah, those are cool. R700 is a great rifle. I unlocked one in Far Cry last night. Did you know that most and gun nuts, correct me if I'm wrong on this one. If I'm remembering correctly, most modern bolt-action rifles are still, to this day, based off of the 1898 Mauser design. With the bolt action, I'm pretty sure even rifles today are still based off of that design. Every modern freaking, every modern bolt-action rifle, and then 100 years ago, all the Great Powers bolt-action rifles, they're all based off of the Mauser. They hand-carve the metal. Gun craftsmanship is a thing, man. Nope. Many bolts have their own design. So what about the Springfield, the Lee Enfield, and the Mosin? Aren't they all based off of the Mauser? I know that... I'm not sure if the Arasaka is. The Arasaka might as well. I like Springfields. Springfields are my favorite. If we're gonna talk bolts. The Arasaka is Japanese, yes. Man, they really made this a lot nicer. The whole building tools, like being able to quick switch like that, oh man. And then you can, if I middle mouse, we can sample. Oh. Look at how easy that is. I think I put those in there just to break up the design a little bit. Actually, we want to grade out this train line, so the train line probably isn't going to be on that steep of a slope right there. And then the tracks also need to turn, so we got to radius a corner that goes that way. Ooh. Okay. Hey, Frank. Lee Enfield is different. The 1903 was a licensed Mauser, and then it was revoked. There was a lawsuit. Okay, so it's a copy. Got it. You see that one channel? I forget the name of it, but it's like gun auctions and he reviews all sorts of guns. He went on the hunt for a rare Swedish bolt action and ended up finding an uber rare Norwegian or something. No, I'm not familiar with the channel. Forgotten Weapons? Oh, yes. I know that channel. I have this thing about making train tracks in any game that I play. Trains, there's this thing in video games, and this irks me, but it's not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like obsessive about it. If I can help it, I'll do something about it, but if I can't, I won't. Trains don't like going up hills, guys. If you don't know too much about how train tracks are engineered, it doesn't matter if it's Russian, it doesn't matter if it's American, it doesn't matter if it's European, British, whatever. Trains don't like going up hills. The reason why they don't like going up hills is because trains have really low, what's called rolling resistance, meaning it's metal on metal. It's a metal wheel on a metal rail, okay? So they don't... That gets you decent enough traction when you're on what's called a shallow grade, like when it's flat. It works just fine. That's one of the reasons why trains are so efficient. Because it's metal on metal, there's very low rolling resistance, so you don't lose a lot of kinetic energy due to friction on the rails, right? But that has its drawbacks. Going up hills, it's really easy to do basically a burnout in a locomotive. You're gonna get what's called in trains. You're gonna get what's called wheel slip. So, because of that, trains don't really like going up hills at all. They really don't. Okay, the radius is going to have to be a little bit different than this. So, anytime I can make train tracks in a game, I try to make it so the slope of the train tracks is not very high. You don't, like, see how the road is a very steep hill? I'm trying to use a smaller hill, or a less steep grade, is what it's called, to make these train tracks. The reason why I'm trying to do that is because, like I said, trains don't like going up hills. Now, don't get me wrong, the trains in Satisfactory don't care. But I want to make it at least plausibly realistic. That's kind of my thing on this stream. Make stuff kind of look like it's supposed to be like that, but also, yeah, you don't absolutely have to. See last puzz. The funny part about the 1903 is that a judge essentially said, since you're at war with our friends, screw you. And just toss the case. Yep. They kind of care, but not enough. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna need to figure out a couple bits of information here. I want to get this grade right, but another thing that trains don't like to do is when they go down a hill, they don't like turning after the hill, and that's what we have here. So it might be better to have the train track stay elevated and then start to go down the hill on a straight part right here, or just make the tracks go down over here. Would a maglev train care as much? Well, maglevs have little to no rolling resistance, Talon. So no, a maglev would not care as much because the traction that it makes, the tractive effort comes from electromagnets. So you can make it go up the hill, you're just going to need more power, just like anything else. But maglevs are extremely efficient because there's literally nothing touching the ground. But maglevs still need to be on rails. They still need to worry about other things. What happens if air gets underneath the thing? Then you move too far away from the electromagnets, right? So they still need to be captive to the track in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, that turning radius just absolutely sucks. Okay. Alright, so we gotta... There is some stuff we gotta figure out. I obviously can't make the thing turn right here. I mean, we could. Don't get me wrong. I could just make the thing turn, but... I'm actually wondering if... In this, they said that there's train collisions and stuff. I wonder if trains come off the tracks, too. Because the trains have physics now because they can collide with each other. I wonder if that's just for collisions, or if they can actually come off the rails. I kind of want to test it, but I also kind of don't, because I don't feel like breaking a locomotive. Not that I could see? Oh, okay, well that's good. Alright, let's say we have the rail line at that level, right there. I think it's just collision. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Alright, so let's build back this way. That is so ridiculously handy that you can just sample parts like this. And then you can quick switch between like ramp height. Oh, I dig it. I dig it, mate. Last. You can zoop the ramps too. Oh, even better. Or you can have special rails. What's that, Swishio? Honestly, I'd read the whole thing. Nice. There's an even more efficient way of doing this, so... Oh, that's so handy. Very nice. Even better. Oh, this is gonna save so much time. You know how long that... Well, you did see how long that was gonna... That would have taken otherwise. Now... Yeah, that should be... Yeah, that should be real good. Oh, hey. Okay. No, Flacken. I have not, man. Okay, so you go back into the construction tool. What are the foundation dimensions excluding height? These are 8 by 8 by 4. I think it's 8 meter by 8 meter by 4 meter. That one's 8 by 8 by 2. This is 8 by 8 by 1 meter.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Interesting, Flankin. How's the voice? Fine. I'm home, also hi. What's up, Bernard? We will sue you. Get out of here. What? Bro, you wanna go? Bro, you wanna go? Do you wanna go? Nice bridge. Thanks, man. I'm trying to add a train track to it. I'm not sure this grade is going to look exactly right, but we'll try it now. Here, let's transportation. The lowest grade using 1 meter ramps is 7.25 degrees, or about a 12.5% grade. That's exactly why I wanted to just build the tracks for this section first, Crash, because, yeah, this grade is too steep. The reason why I'm like, ugh, it's too steep, is because, and this is what I can't, I didn't really finish what I was saying, but I hate it when train tracks in video games look like roller coasters. It's very, very annoying. It looks like a roller coaster. Is it a roller coaster or is it a train track? And that's not like a mark on Satisfactory or anything. These guys do a good job because they give you the option to be able to grade the damn track. Yeah, see? Roller coaster. No good. Okay. What's up, Frank? Here. It's a low bridge. Let me help you out. See? Now you can go by. Frank, what are you doing? Fine, just bury your head in the sand, or my bridge abutment. So what we're gonna have to do is make the grade first, and then... Yeah, okay. I know how we're gonna do this. Alright, I am going to need a way to get up there. You have a copy and a paste tool. I don't think we have anything like that just yet. I'm not sure though. Maybe. Alright, so... If you want a 2% slope, you're looking at an elevation change of 1 meter every 50. Oh, frick. It won't go that far. So what's the distance between center point of abutment? So it's 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4. So there's 16 meter between center points of abutment. So So every three we're gonna go down 1 meter. Ooh. So every 3 stands, we need to go down 1 meter. Okay. That might be hard to do. I don't think we have the build distances required to... Foundations are 8 wide, not 4. I know. Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be a little bit tough, huh? It's 1 meter every 1.5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. What kind of landscaping tool is that? It sounds like someone's just revving a Civic. I swear. They're coming up with more annoying landscaping tools. Dude, they were pissing me off yesterday, man. I was trying to explain something and like the entire chat, I was trying to explain something about space, the entire chat was just like, haha, leaf blower, go burr, and I'm just like, oh. But then again, yesterday I wasn't in the best state of mind for streaming either. So that's why I just played Far Cry for the next like 6 hours and just shot people in the face. I just don't understand how loud, like once again, dudes, I've said this a bajillion times. I'm on the 3rd frigging floor. How the frick is that noise coming all the way up here? And this is not a small building either. Like, ugh. So 1 meter per abutment would be 2%. Okay. Like, what landscaping equipment is making that noise? I've never heard that noise before, ever. Yeah, that's right. You better stop. Third floor is like 10 meters away. That's not far. I guess. Sound goes up too. Yeah. Damn omnidirectional sound. Can we make it? Oh, that was sick. Alright, 2% grade like this should be okay. Alright, let's see if we can make those damn train tracks. But then again, you know, like it always goes back to it. Yeah, they're annoying and they're, you know, but they're only here for a second. And honestly, if landscapers making too much noise is the worst of my problems, then I really don't have anything to complain about, do I? So we got another problem to solve here, guys. Look, we can make the grade correctly. You see the tracks? How are we gonna figure that one out? How do we get the tracks to slope? Yeah, that could be an issue. That's why we might be bound to that 12.5% grade because of the ramps, dudes. Inverted ramp 1 meter. Because the ramps are the real only way to get that right. Snap a column directly to the rail. Just make the darn roller coaster. Try replacing the flats with ramps. Okay. Slope isn't going to be right because the slope of the ramp isn't matching the slope of the grade that we're going for. But it's fine. We'll figure it out. It bowed it up. You see that? Oh. I'm just gonna make this for service gantry for being able to place the dang tracks. There's got to be some trickery to this somehow. See, if I do this, it's going to be a wavy freaking mess. Okay, you know what? You know what? No. No, my friend. We're not doing that. I'll go with the 12.5% grade on the 1 meter ramps because that looks right, even though it isn't right. Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, no, my friend. We're not doing... Yeah, no. Absolutely not. It looks hideous. Build it to the very beginning of the ramp? What do you mean, Prof? Like this? So, start halfway. Yeah. This looks fine. It's futuristic train. It's futuristic train, and the rails are at 45 degrees, so things. Just, yeah, it'll look fine. It's enough to look right. As long as we give it the proper support that it needs, etc., etc. We gotta love it. We gotta nurture it. We gotta make sure that our train is happy, and make sure that, you know, no helicopters. Damn Harold, the helicopter will come in and try to have the trains take her gerbs. Okay. Yeah, Pete's, I don't know. Pete's a weird dude. Who knows? How does Harold the helicopter exist when Thomas the Tank Engine is set in the 20s and the 30s? I always thought it was Thomas the Tank Engine was like the late 40s. Pete's not the engineer on this planet. You are. You're damn right. You're goddamn right, boy. Get the train tracks, and the big ones. Dang right. Oh, the build tools are so good in this game now. Very satisfactory build tools here. How's the voice doing? I'm alright. I'm fine. I still don't really feel good, to be candid, I guess, but I'll get over it, man. Yep, we have Sir Topham Hatt, not the Fat Controller. I don't know why they changed his name. Wait, drummer, you know what? I've probably asked this before. Who's the narrator for Thomas the Tank Engine for you guys? Because we had Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr was the guy that narrated Thomas the Tank Engine for us. He narrated it here too. All right, cool. Didn't George Carlin do something? Yeah, maybe. See, why does this look incorrect? Glad to be back amongst the power. Just threw out everything in the fridge. We need to bypass this one. So we're gonna, in order for the track to not bow, we need to go to here. Yeah, that's gonna get us the slope that we're looking for. And that bypassed one, ooh. We're gonna have to figure out something with that. According to Twitch mobile notifications, you just went live. Yeah, there. That's close enough. Alright, so we bypassed that one. So that means we're going to bypass this one. And that means that this guy right here needs to be the flat one. So put that there as an anchor marker. That's not what I meant to zoop, but that's okay. Stop zooping. You will cease and desist all zoops. Yeah, see? That looks okay. It still looks like a... I mean, it still looks like a damn roller coaster, but that's alright. We'll say that this train is good for a 1 meter grade. See how the track is nice and smooth, though? Much nicer. Why have you zooped? You have zooped my macchiato. Now, here's what I'm going to do. You know, we should go back and replace all this railing. But I'm going to do the realistic thing and just say, I don't feel like putting all that back together. So here's what we're going to do now. Put the barriers in place. Wait, are the barriers hanging halfway off this? Alright, the barriers don't look good unless I... Can we inset them? How far can we inset them? Enough to where it looks hideous. Alright. There was a chip shortage, so we put in the safety railing instead. There was a, yeah, chip shortage. Yeah, that's it. How does that make any sense? Shut up, drummer. Supply chain issues. Drummer, think of the supply chain. Everybody makes that excuse now. First it was, I can't get anything done because of COVID. Now it's, I can't get anything done because of supply chain. And you know what? It really isn't an excuse either now that I'm thinking about that. It's really not an excuse. I don't like the barriers because the barrier... can we stop snapping here or snap the guidelines? Just hold left control, quick switches. whatever. They're hanging halfway off the side, and it's really annoying.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Hey, Miff, what's going on? 34-month resub? I hope we have enough slack here, or oh, not slack, track, but this might go into the rocks just a little bit. So there's 3. We're gonna skip that barrier and then go another 3. Hang on. Might work. So skip that one, and then 1, 2, and then 3 right here. Oh yeah, I raised the track up, didn't I? I raised the track up so to distinguish it from the roads. It's because the barriers mount onto the posts. Yeah, they should. It would be cool if they offset it, Tessa, huh? Doesn't hit the rocks, so that's good. I want to play past Tier 2, but the game got too hard for me once you started building Tier 2 components. Too hard? What's Elon's tweet? Massachusetts has MIT, California has CIT, Texas has TITS. Why not just TIT? Like, because Total Recall and stuff. I've been watching this for like an hour and I still don't understand what you're doing and why. Hey EJ, I'm not sure what you're up to. Can you explain it to me? Yeah, sure, Switchio, I got you. I'm working on building a train line so I can get petroleum products back to my main factory. My oil fields are on the other side of that canyon, okay? And I'm working on building tracks out there. Building a train track that gets us out there. But Switchio, what I like to do is, just like anything else, I like to make sure that my stuff looks correct. I want to make this stuff look right. So I'm making sure that I'm building my tracks to a certain standard. You'll get it? But yeah, these tracks are going to end up going out to the oil fields. 1, 2, 3, platform here. 1, 2, platform there. Okay. I see what I did wrong here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
This one needs to be... Hey, Cough, 79-month resub. Very, very satisfactory. Right? What's up, dude? How are you? Star, you still working on English that doesn't sound mean. No, it's all good. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah, dude, it's all good. Especially, I'm more giving you crap than anything. But if you... Like, dude, if you want me to help you with English, dude, just tell me. Because for somebody that's learning English, giving people crap, yeah, they probably won't understand that. Cough, you doing good, man? It's good to see you, pal. How is everything? I hear it's been a tad busy on your side. Congrats, man. Hey, thanks, bro. Yeah. Route 154 was a fun project. I really enjoyed that. I would do it again right now if I could. Okay, so now getting this kind of down into the right bend here is going to be a little bit difficult, so... Why is that crooked? Like I said, I'd do it again right now if I could, Mercs. Hey, Trehek. I'm here to lurk at you Mackers. And I've only started my Mackers. Oh, alright, so... You're gonna talk, then? Talk it. But how will you surprise Brimo next time? I don't know. Wahaha. Facebook's new name ridiculed by Hebrew speakers. Good. Dude, that whole metaverse thing is just some real 1984 stuff, dude. Did anybody else get like a real, like almost Demolition Man vibes from that? Please just correct me if I use a phrase or word improperly. No, not really. Not really, Swish. Your English is just fine, dude. It's just I like giving people crap. Your English would be just fine. It's really okay. It's not. Dude, I got some real strange like, you know, Second Life cultish stuff. Like, yeah. Run down to this meta thing. Facebook Second Life stuff utilizing VR technologies. Yeah, it's basically your entire life on Facebook. Dude, I didn't like it. Like, not because it's bad, but it gave off some real, like, yeah. It made me kind of uneasy. I'm like, alright, this is strange. Internet 3000 according to Futurama. Yep. Something about that slope doesn't look right, and I'm not sure what it is. So it goes flat, skip one. There. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay. It's the height that we're going at. That's why none of this lines up. Okay, hold on. Hold on. This part we can redo. Yeah, I see what's going on here. So, start down there, skip one, flat, and then we would go skip one, flat again, but it would be zooped, so we need to do something like this. So, one, two, three. Okay, so skip that one. That's an inverted ramp, idiot. That would be the one to skip, and then, oh, that's why this doesn't look right. It doesn't match with our slope. Lord Vader, the ship no longer appears on our scopes. Impossible. No ship that small has a cloaking device. Yeah, that's why that looks so strange. Got it. It's because our base height here is not correct. So what we need to do is I'm gonna zoop. Yeah, okay. There's your problem. See how to make it high enough to go over this damn rock, but I don't think it can. I see what this is doing. The angled rail segment needs to move left by 1 block. Yeah. There is that. That's one thing that needs to be done, Blue, but our slope is also incorrect here. See, this will make the first part of the slope look right. That's the proper spacing. And this whole thing is going to have to come down by 1. Yeah, okay. Space News is going to be good. NASA shared a pic of their first new RS-25 Powerhead in over a decade. Sweet. So now if we go 3, right? That one's going to be a bypass, and then flat would be over there. So that means the track would need to be A, level with the ground. Like this. And then B, it would stop right here. Which means it goes through the rock a little bit. Damn. So where that track is supposed to be, this represents the freight yard. This is going to be a huge loading and offloading terminal right in this kind of canyon right here. See, now the slope looks right, but it's going through the dang rock. When I joined the Corps, we didn't have no fancy smancy tanks. We had sticks. 2 sticks and a rock for a whole platoon. And we had to share the rock. So I'm just going to move the slope forward 1. And then we'll bypass that. I just blanked on how to do it. I had it right in my head, and then I was just like, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I'm good. This is the one that we need. You can pull right from resource nodes manually, Drummer, if you need to. Mine is indestructible terrain. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I made another mistake. I was trying to make the same thing again. That's where my math was getting screwy. Yeah, that's it. Hey, get back here. Oh, I'm in Zoop mode. Okay. So this one gets bypassed, right? And then we go 3 down from here, so we gotta get back into Zoop mode. There's the pillar for it. Excellent. And then, give me one of these. Alright, so the slope will have to stop on this center block and then go there. Yeah, there we go. Because I'm going halfway. Alright, halfway. There. There we go. So if I take the slope and we put it on the center point between the 2 columns, right? That should get us a nice even slope to here. Maybe we'll sink the tracks down. Now we get rid of our spacing brackets, right? That one needs to go down 1. And all this should look exactly right. Yep. Just need to move some of the spacing brackets down a little bit, and we are good to go. The slope doesn't exactly line up. It's really close, though. I tell you what, though, it'd line up on the center, on this post right here. It'll line up just fine, because that's where I anchored the piece off of. Look at that. Nice even slope. Oh, that looks really good. I'm really happy. Happy times. So now we got to go over here. And we basically just... Track is sunk in just a little bit. That's fine. The track, having the track sunk down actually looks kind of cool. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do the train station now, but whatever. Because the train station has to be up a little bit. Oh, that might be a problem. That might be an issue. I feel like I'm playing with Brio trains here. When you have the elevated pieces and you got to get 2 elevated pieces to line up. It's freaking Brio trains. My childhood.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
See, when I go to make like a train station and stuff, the footprint on this stuff is just so ridiculously big. I'm not going to have room in the canyon here. Do you have the Thomas the Tank Engine Brios? Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. My parents were good to me, dude. I'm telling you. I might just keep the train elevated, guys. Yeah, I might just keep the whole damn thing elevated. And have an elevated station out here. Probably would be better for conveyor belts anyway. Anyway, Perlite with a 40-monther. Thanks, man. It sucks because I just took like an hour getting all getting this slope correct and figuring out the right way to do it, and I think it's better to just keep the entire thing elevated, but it took me all that tinkering to figure out that that would be a better way to do things. It's okay. Not the worst thing to happen. See, it does kind of suck because this took more work, but then again, I wouldn't have come to that conclusion that it would be better to keep this thing elevated had I not sat there and tinkered with it. It's annoying, but yeah, sometimes it just do be like that. I think it's like that for every design process. It never fails, dude. Sometimes you won't know until you finish the damn thing, right? Like, you just don't know.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hope you're having a great day. Coolest star. Yeah, of course. How about you? No. It's the reason why I built one higher in certain areas, so I know where to place the pillars. There we go. You may need to put some thought into how you build the track. Like where you stop and start lengths of track for future signals. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna work on the station parts right now because I don't have the stuff that I need to build the stations, Mercs. So we're just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna put straight track here, and we'll just pretend that, you know, we have some thought about how we're gonna make the station, huh? Your mods are bullying you again. Yeah, you probably deserved it. Hey, Elbor. What I was thinking, Mercs, is basically that right there where the track turns. I'm going to make that a switch and make it so I could have a parallel track going down here. And the reason why, like, that's the reason why I wanted to go elevated in the first place, because I was thinking about, what if we need multiple tracks? What if I need a siding? What if I need the track to be... Actually, having the track spaced over one more would probably be good. Why is that track bent? Track's bent. I'm not sure why. I think it's just the way that I made it.
Hey, I'm leaving to go get food.
Alright, drive safe. I love you, thank you, you're the best. Nope. Are the trains as complex as Factorio? I never made trains in Factorio. I never got that far in that game. Drummer? I mean, yeah, I'd say it's close. So 1, 2, 3. That means there's a support right here. One, 2, 3. Support right here. Consider yourself lucky. Get rid of that for a moment. There we go. Yeah, gotta make the straight pieces first, then make the curves. Because of how the splines work with this game, they reticulate a lot. With the addition of signals, they're getting close. Yeah, I would say now that the trains have some logic back behind them, right? Some logic backing them savvy, yeah, I'd say they're getting there. I don't think they're as complicated, but yeah. But then again, I'm kind of going off of what you're saying. Should I get Satisfactory and become Factory Man? Bruh. I guess. Yeah, you could. Yeah, let's see. I might want to shift this entire track over one. But that should be enough for a station, right? Like, what's the train station look like? Man, that's one heck of a footprint. Yeah, it's probably better that we're elevating this anyway. Because, yeah, okay. What's the width of this dang thing? Oh, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're 3. So we have our center one, then 2 on the sides, and then 0.5 on either side. going to be tough to place the stations here. But then again, if I could do a loop line. Loop line might not be a bad idea. Have basically the line do an Epcot and go around the factory and then come around. That way we don't need multiple sidings. I'm still going to make sidings anyway because they look cool. So, if I did my math left, yes. If I did the math out correctly, I should be able to make a siding track, like right here. Then we would need to go 1, 2, 3, support. And then that should get me the exact same slope here. So let me go up here and let me place the railroad tracks. So sidings are useful? I don't know. I don't have that answer for you. It really depends on how well the trains can be automated, I suppose. And of course I missed it. But there is another thing that we have to do. Would it save material and space to loop like Epcot, like you said, and just come into the line you just constructed? Yeah, yeah, possible. I don't know. Can we throw the switches? Do we have to throw manually or automatic? Because if I can't automatically throw switches, then sidings are useless for train automation. Like, Drummer, I think a freight yard would be cool, but once again, if we can't automate the switches, who cares? I don't have the jetpack on, I don't think. There was a reason why I took it off. I wanted something else. I think it's so I could have the slidey boots, but I'm not sure. So, if we're looking at this way, those corners should be exactly the same. This corner should be the same as that corner. They should be the exact same piece. And I think they are. Cool. Most excellent. That's cool, man. It looks good. I'll just make them equal length for now because it looks cool. They will work automatically as the train will decide based on where it has to go. There we go. Sweet. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. I like this. I like where the supports are, the switch that we made. Okay, cool. Excellent. I'm going to save that. Oh. If I stagger the station's pruffles, then it shouldn't matter. You misspelt it, EJ. I don't care. You're confusing me with someone that gives a frick drummer. Okay. So let's read about the signals. Train signals are used to direct the movement of trains to avoid collisions and bottlenecks. Block signals can be placed on railways to create blocks between each other. When a train is occupying such a block, other trains will be unable to enter. Caution, signals are directional. Trains are unable to move against this direction, so be sure to set up signals in both directions for bidirectional railways. Cool. T-Man, how are you feeling today? Fine? Fine. Okay, path signal. Train signals are used to direct the movement of trains to avoid collisions and bottlenecks. Path signals are advanced signals that are especially used for bidirectional railways and complex intersections. They function similarly to block signals, but rather than occupying the entire block, trains can reserve a specific path through it and will only enter the block if their path allows them to fully pass through it. Oh, okay. So you got to automate the route of the train first, right? And then you can set up the signals accordingly. And between the block signals and the automatic pathing of the train, it should throw the signal. It should throw the switches correctly. Correct? Am I correctly correct? Right? Man, that looks good. You are left. Thank you. Yeah, Pop Bear, that's basically what this thing is up to. Alright, so now we got to do a nice curve over to there. Alright, so let's figure this out. We got to get the radius of this curve, so that means we need to find a center point. How would we do that here? And what's the angle that we're talking about? What are we rotating in? So it'll snap in a 45-degree increment. Okay. So we got to make a center point, and then we got to radius off the center point. So where are we still 90 degrees to this? You must construct additional cough drops. You must consume additional cough drops. Well, I made the road markers go around. It goes with the terrain. It goes around it and sometimes over it, right? But I made it go around sand dunes and stuff to make it look cool, right? That was an entirely aesthetic thing. But yeah. Because I wanted to make turns in my road, just because I thought it, like I said, thought it would look cool. Yeah, some of it isn't lined up. Probably would have been better to do that, but then again, you know. Yeah, in hindsight, it's 2020. Sheldon Haley's been sending this since 1988. Nothing else. Yep, MCC Flowers. That's been going since DM2, Hellfish, but yeah. Anybody make this joke yet? I didn't realize they made a Dune video game. I mean, in this particular case, Mercs, I did it on purpose. I made it weird looking on purpose, you know? It's almost perfect. So this corner would have a 200-meter radius, and that would be a 90-degree corner, meaning that the track would come in basically right here. Yeah, that's a little too much. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be a 15. So it's 15 by 8. So this is a 120 meter radius. ML2 news. Nice. Got it, Novus. It's all coming together, bro. Yeah, new power heads. So there's one there. So that means when we do this one, we can go 10 out, but we're gonna go 9 because that means that's 10 blocks right there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 15. This would give us... Okay. This is 120 meter radius on the corner. This isn't bad.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Shepherd's Pie. A Minecraft radius? You don't... This will give you... You can rotate stuff in this, Swish, so you don't need to do that. That's overthinking it. What is this? If I put a pumpkin on this sheep, it does nothing. On this one, again, nothing. But this one starts cooking a gourmet meal and curses rudely at the staff. That's just what happens when you put a Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen. Okay. 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 You sound better. I hope you're feeling it. I'm putting on my brave face, Iron Spark, but yeah, I'll be alright. No one cares about your home? Oh, yeah. What's the height differential here? Okay, not too bad, and it pretty much lines up. Okay. Yeah, these guys are just lucky I didn't bring chicharron with me. I think chicharron's name is El Diablo. I think it's Mexican for like a fighting chicken or something. Better than chacarron. Macaron. I don't know what, Sirius, that you're annoying? Oh no, I knew that. I threw a good explanation of satisfactory train signals in Discord for offline viewing. Thank you. El Diablo is Spanish for the Diablo. Alright. Now, how are we going to make this radius? Actually, Swish, this is where doing Minecraft style stuff might not be the worst idea. So we're 15 out, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's basically our halfway. Let's just test it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, okay. Wait, one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we 16? We are 16. Oh, that's gonna make this. Shut up. I know. Well, I know, Frank. It's pretty cool. So you know what? You don't need to shut up. Nice, Bandit. Methane, right? Methanol, am I right? How long until space news? Give me a little bit. Let me just finish this curve, T-Bim, and then I think we should be good for the day. 2. Okay, so that's 10. That's 10. And how much do we have here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. This side is just 1 too short. That's what I thought. I'm like, why do we have 16? 16 is a nice even number. We should be able to... There. Now we got a perfectly even radius. So now we'll measure halfway. So that's 10, 9, 8. So that's 10, 8. So we should have 8 to there. 2 over, 8 to there. Perfect. All right, so now if I go, so that's 10, 9, 8, 7. If we do that, this should line up directly with that. Perfect. Okay, so just for, as a temporary locator, I'm just going to put the pillars here. And with no orange piece, we'll know it's just a temporary piece of equipment. I'm just using these for markers so I can mark these points. I'm trying to make a perfectly radiused curve. And we should be able to do it by building squares here. Okay, so now give me this. So we're 3 on each side. Now we're cutting this in half, so 1, 2, 3, right? Okay. We just keep cutting these squares out. It should give us what we're looking for. Very satisfactory job. What factory are you working on? Same factory that I was working on the other day, DV. I'm just working on building train tracks. In order to really scale up for the next tiers, right? I need oil, and my oil is on the other side of those big rocks over there where those loops are. And my factory is over there with the space elevator. That needs to make the things. That has the things that I need to make the things. So I'm making a thing to go get the things that I need to make the things so I can deliver them, the things that need to make the things through the thing to the thing that makes things so I can send it up the space elevator. Everybody got that? What about the thing though? I haven't started making those yet. Once we kidnap her daughter, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield, thereby destroying planet Gerudia and saving planet Spaceball. Everybody got that? Structural integrity a thing in this game? No, not at all, 95. But that's not stopping me. Now that I have my coffee, I'm ready to watch radar. Alright. So, let me explain what I'm doing. So, I have a point right here and a point right here. So, let's just say that my road is over here and the road does this, right? And it goes that way. Repad. So what I'm trying to do is I need a line that goes like this, right? Basically 1/4 of a circle. What the heck is that noise? Frank, what are you doing? Alright, so what I'm doing is, because I have a point right here and a point right here, so I found this point first, right? And then we split that in half, right? Like this. And then I split this in half. Like that. This theoretically should get me all the points on the line that I need. See what I'm talking about? That should get me everything that I'm looking for. Through here like this. The idea is that the end result gives me a perfect 90-degree corner on a 120-meter radius. Should be pretty straightforward stuff. That's why I'm using these markers here as datum markers to get them into the right spots. So this one here should be in the right position. I'm using the pillars as datums so we can mark it out. And we know, baby, just how you feel. No, where's my... That's the center marker. Oh, I closed paint, damn it. So that's 1/4 of the box, right? That's the center point there. Which means that the center point of 1/4 of one of the boxes... Actually, I don't need these, I don't think. This guy right here is 45 degrees. So I should be able to take this plate, right? And rotate it 45 in non-zoop mode. And that should easily get me my radius here. So we can get rid of that. And get rid of that. So that's the 45. This is the apex of the corner right there. So what I'm actually going to do is, because I know that this is that's an actual support, I'll mark it with an orange marker so I know not to get rid of it. And then if I did this right, I should just be able to run the train line from there to there to there, and that should give me everything that I need to know. It should, well, not everything that I need to know. It should get me the spacing information should be able to get me the proper place for all the supports. Yeah, Mercus, I think you're right. We gotta start on the 45 block and connect it backwards, because that wouldn't have worked. Okay. we'll do it this way. It wants to find that straight track so it understands the orientation better. Now what we should be able to do, should be able to just go off a little ways in this direction here. Alright, track's made. Perfect. I love math. It makes things so easy. And look, the spots where the other supports were, pretty much spot on. I mean, it's not a quadratic line, and it's not parabolic, it's just circular. But I hate math. It's coarse, rounded, and you use it everywhere. Today we're going to learn something today new. It's called math, and without it, none of us would exist. Oh, you think that's funny, huh? Yeah. How are we going to figure out a way to guesstimate this correctly? So this part of this we don't need anymore. We can get rid of it. Huh. How do we come up with a spot for the other supports? That's where the other support needs to be. I tricked you into learning something. My bad. Because these need to be rotated, but... Alright, let's check something. Get rid of that. Can we rotate it on a different increment? No. But we can rotate these on a different increment. But it only seems to want to rotate 45, which would line it up with that. See, this is where you're running into margin of error now. I'm going to hurt myself a little bit from that. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hang on. The small pillars might be able to get us what we're looking for. Oh, with the small pillars, we can center point. Oh, yeah. This is too easy. Too easy. Now, can I attach the big one to the small one? Yep, of course we can. Oh, I love how easy they make this. So nice. All right, that's the right center point right there. Now I can do that same thing over here. Oh. Oh, you can snap directly to the track. Never mind. Never mind. Roll it up. Too easy. Don't need any of this anymore. Track segments should be able to make the texture upright. Alright, now let's see. Can we snap this to the track? You can't snap those, but you can snap the pillars. Oh, that's really freaking cool, actually. Okay, where's the halfway point here? So see the track texture segments right there? So there's 1, 2, 3. How about we do something like this? 1, 2, 3. Do another one right there. 1, 2, 3. There's the center point. And then 1, 2, 3. There's another one right there. Oh, the textures even line up. It's so satisfactory. Ah! Oh, it almost hurts. The rolling star. Oh, it's so satisfactory. It makes me so happy. That's so satisfying, my friends. So then we get rid of the pillars, right? Although the train tracks with small pillars beneath it does look pretty cool. But it doesn't exactly match the aesthetic that we're going for, which is annoying because I do like it. What time is Space News? When I'm done with this, whatever time that may be, my friend. I see what you named there. I see what you did there with the name getting punned into the statement. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Alright, let me finish the last part of the curve and then we're good. PC Tech Guy, I watched some videos on SpaceX nuclear propulsion technology. SpaceX nuclear propulsion oh god, not one of those game over videos. Those guys have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Don't tell me it was one of those, tech guy. You removed part of your road pillars. Oh, I see it over there. Thank you. Well, okay, here's the thing. A nuclear drive could get you to Mars, but it wouldn't get you to Mars in 3 days. Dude, the tech isn't there. It's just not. Alright? Like, the G-forces, you would need to be accelerating at like 4 to 5 Gs for like 24 hours straight to get to Mars. Like, you're not... no. There's no way. A week, maybe. And nuclear propulsion, tech guy, does give you the opportunity to do that. It's possible, but it's not really how that works. 3 days, you'd be like this the entire time. It would be like going through a launch for 3 days straight. And keep in mind, you're not speeding up the entire way. You have to slow down to capture around Mars. You have to do that with a regular rocket, right? If you take 3 months to get there and do a Hohmann transfer, you'd have to go ludicrous speed. You'd kill the people inside basically, because you'd be like the entire trip. A week is much more possible, but you'd need a pretty big ship and you'd need a pretty damn big nuclear engine. Something that's just, I mean, well feasible. Can't launch anything into space. You need a rocket with a big payload fairing or a big payload bay to do something like that. We can't stop. We have to slow down first. So that's 11, 12. Hold on. I didn't do that right. Now that I have kind of a methodology set up here, I should be able to get this done real quick. So there's 1 at our corner piece. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is not going to be a perfect 45. It's going to be close, though. Okay. Okay, so now there's 1. Now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Of course it goes through the sand dune, why wouldn't it? Okay. So we're going to need to use this right here. And fortunately, we're at about the same height. That's good.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
So that's 11, 12, 13. Food is here.
Discovery,
okay, Bree.
go at throttle up.
Thank you. Alright, so... Joho, 31-month resub, and JW with a 55er. Thanks, man. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, now this one, this is this is an obtuse angle beyond 90 degrees. So we're looking at about, What is that? 100? That's 120. Yeah, 120 degrees. This one might be as straightforward as just placing one track there and placing another track over there. Let's see if we can just do that out of the box. Nope, track distance doesn't go that far. Frick. Well, now you're being obtuse. Don't you ever mention money to me again, you sorry sack of poop. Alright, so we have our intersecting blocks here. So, here's what I'm thinking. I just wanted to finish this while it's fresh in my mind. So we have the road right here in this scenario, and then our track comes in like this, right? And we have a 120 degree corner. Now, when we were working with an even 90, I could make squares, right? And we could divvy it up, and you could find the curve that way, right? This is going to be a little bit harder. I basically need to find if I could make a straight line between these things, right? Like that, and then we go this way. Like that. Alright, so we're 13 blocks this way, and then we're 13 blocks this way, right? So 13 times 8, because each one of the blocks is 8 meters. So we're at 104 meters this way. And then 104 here as well. I know the basic math to get it, Night Viper, right? Like, I can figure that out, but I'm trying to figure out how to take that and translate it into the game, you know? If we could find this right here, we could split it into two 90-degree triangles, and then it would be really easy to figure this one out. But we do have a 60-degree angle here. I think it, well, I'm kind of eyeballing it. I don't know if it's 120, but it should be close, because I want the tracks to basically do this. So this corner, we have the section that we just worked on, and then I want it to basically go like that. Actually, it would be more parabolic than anything. It's gonna do that. JT, thanks, man. Go away. Can't you see I'm doing math? Right here is where that straight line would pretty much go through. That's the intersecting point right there. Okay. Give me that small pillar again. And they're basically intersecting on the corners right there. Right? That's the point. I think that's the one that I'm looking for. If not, it's right there. And if that one ain't it, then it's that one. Because that gives me a center point. And that center point is not really particularly lined up. Crap. If the devs have Dune, if they added Dune worms into this game, oh, that would suck. Careful out in the desert, am I right? See, now, because we're not working with whole numbers, or because these are in 8-meter segments, if we're not working in a number that's divisible by 8 or an angle that's divisible by 8, we got some problems here. Childhood. We walk without rhythm. Alright. I think this will do us right. $120 is divisible by 8. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But, see... Plural, yeah, you're right. That's correct. Sorry, I should have said that better. I'm not sure if that's exactly 120 degrees. If it's not exact, nothing will line up. Understand? How did you end up eyeballing 120 where the plates intersect? That looks to be about 120 degrees. It's very close. So this is a increasing or reducing radius corner. It's parabolic. But I think that looks okay. I'm actually pretty happy with that. As long as I picked up on a center point and we kind of eyeballed it from there, all we have to do now is see the space in the rails? See that? It wasn't exactly 120 degrees. It was close. See how the rails are spaced? There's a little gap right there. Yeah, the game estimated it. Because it was close, but it wasn't exact. See how those ones have no spacing? And then there's no spacing on that one that I made when we were using round numbers. That's how I know that there was an error. Yeah, see? There's a float error right there. See the seam? Now, I don't know if that'll probably piss somebody off, but I'm kind of out of time, so maybe we can fix it another day. Maybe we can fix the thing another day. People will only notice if you stare at it. That's a good point. Yeah, Night Viper, it's somewhere around 120 degrees, but yeah. There it is. Here, let me build something tall here. Probably should have just made an observation tower. It's literally designed for this. Is it not there anymore? Ah. Hey, 12 Bravo, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, Dunpeel, it's a coronal mass injection. Solar flare. Yeah, that happens. Rare as it may be. It's not gonna fry everything. It might. Probably not. Magnetic field should take care of it.
Discovery, go and
Not a lot. You have an interview on Monday. It should be the last one before they decide. Cool. So it might be one of the last streams ever. That's not how that works. The magnetic field should take care of it, Dunpeel. That's what it's there for. That's what the magnetic field, Earth's magnetic field, protects us against. I mean, always said the CME will... A strong enough CME could kill our magnetic field. This one is not going to do that. It's not doomsday. Not yet, at least. But our magnetic field should withstand it. All a coronal mass ejection is a solar flare. It's a bunch of ionized radiation hitting the atmosphere all at once. Now, don't get me wrong. Most of it will get tangled up in the magnetic field. The boreal events are going to be insane, though. You're going to see a lot more northern lights, and you're going to see the boreal will be awesome. It'll look amazing. Yeah, because at the top and at the poles of our magnetic field, the solar ionic radiation ends up hitting the atmosphere. It hits the gases that are in the atmosphere instead of getting absorbed by the magnetic field. And that solar ionic radiation reacting with the gases is what makes the northern lights, or the southern lights. But yeah, this isn't a doomsday scenario. Anybody that's trying to say that clickbaited you. A strong CME can't kill our magnetic field. Yeah, never say never. I don't think that's right at all. I think absolutely it could. Don't get confused. Well, actually, no one said it. That was all 100% you. Oh. So you said you heard. So you didn't hear it from anybody. You made it up. Stupid duck. Well, I know does definitely hurt communications with the ISS. T-Man, is it at all possible that the ISS is a little closer to the magnetic field than we are? Yeah, it'll screw some things up, guys, but it's not like GoldenEye is gonna happen, you know? Anyway. I mean, if the field Signer, even if it flips the field, we're boned. Flipping the field would, I mean, you want climate change? I'd be much more worried about that than what we're doing, you know what I mean? Not saying that we shouldn't be worried about what we're doing, Jesus Christ, nobody take that out of context. There we go. Perfectly radiused corner. Now we have a method for doing it, too. That looks nice, doesn't it? Clipped it. Canceled. Yeah, right. It would have been nicer to be able to do the total radius here, but... Sure, I could have gotten it close, but then I don't... Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It's not banked, though. I'll bet you if I tried to do this again right now, we could probably make it better. How do we know the magnetic field flipping would cause bad things to happen? It's a pretty well documented meteorological phenomenon that the magnetic field does affect the weather. I mean, it'll screw up your compass, that's for sure, O-Force. Yeah, no, it's possible. Like the CME is not This one I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. It might fry some things, it might mess up some communications, but it's not like GoldenEye going on, you know? But a big enough one could really screw us up. Like, there's really not much we can do about it either. Like, that's one of those things, man.